guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we are back with you with Vinland Saga, episode 18, first season.
Yes. Last episode, Askeladd fought his entire group by himself. He's really good. Not good enough to survive them, but still really good. He was about to die. They shot him with arrows because 20 on 1 with swords they could manage, but they shot him and yeah, he was down and he was about to die. But Thorkell caught up with the group and they were massacred. One of them, like the guy who took over, I think he's one of the brother, right? He's one of the brothers. Still, he looked Thorkell in the eye and he was like, yeah, pick up your axe, fight me. And he just went, vegetable.
Thorkell broke him without any move, just by being him.
So, I mean, Thorkell was facing Askeladd, and Thorfinn got there to, you know, right on time to say, like, don't touch Askeladd, he's mine, which, you know, interested Thorkell a lot. He was like, huh, you're interested in Askeladd? Okay, fight me. If you win, you get him and you get to go. If you lose, I guess I get to kill you? I don't know what he wants to do with him. Is it just a battle or is it a battle to the death? I don't know. But Thorfinn, in his mind, he has to defeat Thorkell this time, or else he loses Askeladd. So we're about to have a fight, and I'm really excited about this. We got better ever since the last fight, so let's see.
Is it gonna be enough?
Hopefully. If it's not, we're saying goodbye to Askeladd. So let's jump in this episode and find out. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright, let's go.
Come on, my boy.
Here we go.
The opening. So far. He managed the first time too, he was good.
But can you dodge endlessly?
No, you need to attack too. But he's big, he might be too slow. They're just happy that their chief, their leader, is getting his fight. You would have gotten him though.
You need to go for the head.
The legs. You fought with him.
One of his friends? One of his partners? Your father was a scum, Thorfinn.
Your entire history is wrong. Defeat me. I want those answers. You're talking shit.
Oh, I like a challenge.
Could you manage this long against Thorkell, bitches? Oh, shut up. Thank you. And this I like.
Yes, boss.
We respect him. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And then we're getting Askeladd alive and answers.
Maybe if we do have answers about who our father used to be versus what we know of our fathers,
we'll understand him better. Thorkell is something, but I like him. He's manipulating Thorfinn and he's saying like, oh, he's baiting him into getting his fight. But still, at least he's not, I don't think he's lying or anything. He will give him answers if he entertains him.
He's a pretty straightforward type of guy.
And he respects him. He came back here so you wouldn't die. He gets to kill you himself. It's true, this is also going on. Bjorn the Berserker. You can't be a kid anymore? Out of the cradle? Ooh. You gotta face reality.
You need to find a way to cope with it and face it.
Oh.
Lève-toi et marche.
Grand-père, tu es mort? Mais non, pourquoi? Alors pourquoi me parles-tu comme un fantôme?
But he's a ghost for real.
He is a ghost. No, he's not. No. Of course it's happening in your head.
Does it mean it isn't true?
Oh, it's time for you to grow up and stand on your own 2 feet.
こんな世界で生きてゆけというのか。
Yeah.
You need to be strong, kid. You already survived.
He's not sure.
私めは教育係として
No.
失格でした。ヤルルとしてではなくごく普通の
Which, in my opinion, will make him a better king. He'll understand the people better.
お望みではないと知りつつ
何がいけないのだ。僕自身の望みを組んでくれた。生まれたくなかった。お前の子に生まれていたらよかったかと。
To me, you were his son in all the ways that mattered.
嬉しゅうございます。天下
行かないで。お前が好きなんだ。
知ることがございます。
True, even if it's not fair.
夢でございます。目覚める時が来たの。
いやだ、ラグナル、戻れ。
お健やかに。
Poor kid. Next time we go back to Valhalla, they'll all be. I know he's been gone for a while, but Canute will have a whole new meaning to me. Careful that he doesn't hit you by accident.
I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference, buddy.
痛みはございませんか。
Is that? No, okay. I was like, did Bjorn just go from Berserker to this?
争っているのです。勝者のものになります。
There's no question who's the winner.
夢を見た。
Well, this is going on.
夢だ。別れを告げられた。死んでまで律儀な男だ。この地上に私を愛してくれる者はいなくなった。
大いなる悟りです。ラグナル殿のあなたへの思いは、彼はあなたの安全のために善良な村人を見殺しにした。愛とは何ですか。
And I don't think it vanishes when the person goes away. He will always be there.
奴らにお目にかかるのは難しいよ。でもバルハラに行けやしねえ。
まだ大将の決闘続いてんのか。
Thorfinn is quick and he's good. He's got him on his feet.
And he can keep up.
Like, if you can catch him, you're not gonna win. As long as Thorfinn has got stamina, he's fine. Where did he
made it bleed.
Where did he get him though? All over, man. All over.
マジかよ。
話じゃねえかい。
And he's loving it.
いいぞトルフィン。手下に5人といないだろう。
Thank you. Oh, we're getting serious.
剣を狙うのは有効だ。とどめは奴の動きを止めてからだ。
You gotta make him fall.
確かに強いが、お前の剣は
No one ever taught him anything.
I got ditched by
完
wolves.
成するに
Sorry.
は何かが足りない。
コテンパンのてめえは何なんだい。
Maybe he's not even trying.
俺にも足りない。からならそれを学べると思ってたんだが。
Was he trying to be like Thor's? A true warrior?
本当の戦士ってなんだ。
He doesn't know. He's
愛
conflicted.
とは何か。私を愛していなかったというのか。
はい、
体現できる者はどこにいるのだ。
そこにいますよ。
I know someone talked to me in the comments about the meaning of love
美しくなった。愛そのものと
according to the show. I think translation is a bit lost on it.
奪うこともしません。ここに打ち捨てられ、獣や虫に惜しみなく与えるでしょう。死は完成させるのです。
The sacrifice of oneself?
Maybe. I mean, to be fair, yeah, Thor's did do that. He gave himself up. That was pure. That could have been pure love.
そんなには期待してなかった。
姑息な手よ。
I mean, Askeladd would have given you a low blow like this. I think Thorkell is just asking a question.
Thorkell is a straightforward type of guy.
Yeah.
No deceiving plans and stuff.
夫婦が互いを大切に思う気持ちは一体何だ。
差別です。奴隷に鞭打つことと大して変わりません。ラグナル殿にとって王子殿下は
Like putting someone higher than others.
命よりも心
Interesting.
弱い思いは
I'm not sure if I agree.
I can understand his point of view, but yeah.
We'll talk about it.
分かってきた。まるで霧が晴れていくようだ。
He's getting him on the hits too. Let's go, my kid. You're so good. I got you good. Still, he's hurting and he's losing blood. Just keep going.
分かってきた。この雪が愛。
そうです。
It's given to everyone, no matter who.
Love.
あの太陽が
It's
吹
gifts
く風が
without discrimination. It's there. It's just for. Maybe that's that.
なのに世界がこんなにも美しいというのに
Minutes ago, he was asking how he would keep going in a world so ugly, you know?
人間の心には愛がないのか。
私たちがこのような生き物になってしまったのは神に背き言われています。私たちは楽園から追放されたのです。
Hey, interesting. Oh shit. That was a good move though.
衝撃を殺したか。
He jumped. He jumped really high. Shit. I'm flying. Ah.
くそ、晩作尽きたか。
No, Snow would have cushioned his fall.
Yeah, but he hurt a tree.
Yeah, he's
And branches?
main character. He's gonna be fine. Oof. Those mushrooms are intense.
着がついたようですね。だ
I
が
don't think he's all there.
いけませんな。お逃げになった方が良いでしょう。
この世のどこにいるのだ。
It's a bit of a switch.
誰もが等しく生の意味を知らず己の戦う意味さえも知らぬ。もううんざりだ。
What a switch. Out of the cradle. Cradle? Anyway.
代わりに失ったもの最も大
I think
切。
he's done hiding. He's gonna face the truth.
手には入らぬもの。手には入らぬ。それでも追い求めよというのか。天の父よ。
Oh, the face.
You're scaring someone who's going insane.
Hey, dude. He's not afraid.
哀れな戦士、最も愛より遠き者、楽園を追うし者よ。死より他に終わらせる術がないのか。我々の生は耐え続けるためにのみあるというのか。天の父よ、この者の魂は救えぬ。
God, man. What a change. Fudge. That's love.
Oh my goodness.
He calmed down a berserker by compassion, using fucking compassion.
父よ、もはやあなたの救いを求める。与えてくれぬなら、この地上に再びの楽園を。
Dude, I love this.
He's gonna kill them with kindness.
Yeah. Oh,
無事か。やめんかバカ者。これ
He's
以
just-
上無益な争いをするな。
he's turned so quick. His voice, man. He's got authority.
私は散った馬を捕まえる。
Yeah.
そなた。
He's turning into someone we could follow.
It's a complete 180.
奇跡を見ました。
どこ行く気だよ。トルケル軍に引き渡す。でないと。
元よりトルケルのところへ行くつもりだ。連中にそれを借りねば。
何のためにズタボロになったと思ってん
He
だ。
doesn't give a shit about petty fights now. There's already no meaning to this.
そなたたちの戦いのか。こんな戦いに意味などない。だからもう死ぬな。私の家臣になれ。戦わねばならぬ時と相手を。
Dude.
そなたたちの戦いに。
I can follow a guy like that.
それが。
Whoa! Shit, you've just okay. Yes, man.
You're gonna be a fine king.
He gained a crown. He doesn't wear it right now, but he's gained a crown right there.
Fudge, what a change in
Yeah.
Canute.
So we're talking about Canute first.
Canute
first. So the meaning of love, the way I understand it, true love is something that is weirdly enough devoid of any other emotion. It needs to be pure. It needs to be alone by itself. If there is other people involved, if there is meaning behind it, if there is anything other than just pure love, then it's not love because there's a purpose behind it. So when he said like Ragnar loving Canute is discrimination, is because he puts him higher than others and he's willing to hurt others to save Canute. So that's not just openly pure, all around love. Interesting. I never really saw it that way, but I think I can understand why he's saying that. So when he's talking about like the sun, the sky, the snow, like that is love, because snow, sun, sky, wind, those don't have consciousness. They don't have preferences. They don't help or hinder anyone. Yeah. Like they're just here. They've been given to us. And whoever can just fucking use that. Like that's it. Like they don't discriminate. They don't choose. They don't think. They're just there. And that is pure love. And so people, if you think about it in that way, people are unable to truly, at least people as they are unable to truly love anything, because there's always going to be a purpose or a motive behind it. So those wars are fought for reasons. Like humans, we talked about this before, and potentially other reactions too. People always have a need for something, right? Like we desire something we don't have. Like someone that has everything will always find something that they seek, you know, or they'll be unhappy with everything that they have. Like there's always something. And humans are greedy, so they'll fight over the stuff that they don't have. They'll fight over the stuff that other people have. Or they'll just find a reason to hate other people and reject the others. So maybe that's also why the priest was so enamored with Thor's and the recollection of what he was and what he did. Because when they faced Thor's, he didn't raise a sword. He didn't truly fight. He hindered them, he stopped them because they were attacking him and his people, but he truly had no feelings of hatred towards anyone, no desire to hurt anyone. And so in a way, he was the closest thing to pure love that you could think of.
He did not kill people in a meaningless fight.
No, he was just there without any attack. Well, and that's where it gets a bit complicated, because I don't agree with the whole like Thor's didn't like loved his son, right? He gave himself. He showed the truest.
I could see that some people might say that parents could maybe not truly love their children because you have that ownership idea that those are my children, those are my offspring.
Yeah, but then again, if you think about it, like the difference between Thor's and what he did back then and Ragnar and what he did back then is that Ragnar would be willing to murder people or let people be murdered for Canute's sake, whereas Thor's didn't kill the people that were attacking his child.
No.
What he did was accept his end.
The way that I see it, I think that a true self-sacrifice.
But still,
that would be it.
Is it good or bad though? Because if you think about it, he gave himself up and he died knowing that he was also leaving his son in potential harm's way, you know? So I'm not sure I agree with that completely, but I understand, like, if we're going with this is pure love, like the whole, like, no attachment, no choice, no desire, no nothing, it's just the emotion, the love itself is everything, and death, when you become nothing and you give yourself completely over to the universe, is the biggest show of love that you can do. In a way, Thor's was really close, if not if not there, you know, he was love. He was showing love to his son by simply giving up his sword, putting it down.
It was life.
Well, sort of, in a way. He was a true warrior, in my opinion, and he did say a true warrior doesn't need no sword, doesn't use a sword or anything. He had no hatred towards anyone. He gave himself up. He died for his son because he'd rather, die than kill others to protect Thorfinn or to continue this hatred, this cycle of hatred. I think he loved life, and he loved. He was the one that came the closest to their definition of love, I think.
I mean, and after years and years of fighting, he saw that those battles were not meaningful.
They don't bring you anything.
They don't bring you peace. They don't bring you joy. Yes, they can bring you money. They can bring you greed.
Yeah, but like I said,
humans always want more, though.
So it's never going to be enough. So when you go on that path and you try to get something you don't have, once you get it, you'll find something else because it's never going to be satisfactory, which is kind of what Canute understood in this episode. They are struggling and they're going through hell and they're fighting and they're killing each other, thinking that one day they'll achieve this higher state of being, like this paradise, this heaven, but truly you never really get it until you die. And that's kind of like, in his mind, God is promising them something, knowing that there's no point in all of this because you're not going to get that something he promises until the end. And by that time, your struggles are over, your life is over, there's no way of enjoying it.
So what's the point then?
Yeah, so all of this is basically for nothing because the end is never going to come. Like, the end of the fight is never going to come. There's always going to be more to it. So he's lost, I think, like, he still believes that it exists, but now he rejects that I think he believes it's unfair. Like he said, we struggle and we suffer for something we're never going to get. Like, those struggles are for nothing. So I think he put on his crown, sort of. He became a leader because he decided that if God gave them that gift only to just dangle it in front of them and never truly give it to them until the end, he thinks it's unfair. Well, then instead of following blindly a father that doesn't love them,
we're gonna create our own paradise on earth.
Yeah,
It's right here.
he's basically gonna, reject all the pittiness, all the meaningless fights and struggles and stuff, and instead he's gonna look towards the brighter future that he wishes to have and that he wishes others to have. He'll try to be a guide, a true leader, and he'll try, to be fair, when anyone would say that to me today, I'd be like, you think so highly of yourself, man. Like, what makes you believe that you know what the real battle is, like, what the true necessary fight and struggle is? But still, I kind of like that switch coming from him. I think he's a really gentle kid, and losing Ragnar really changed him because now he can't hide behind lies or behind someone else anymore. He needs to face the reality that the world is beautiful, but the people in it are ugly, and they cannot enjoy it the way they are. So instead, he'll focus on the true meaning of love, the true salvation, and he'll inspire others to follow him towards that goal. That is really interesting. Like, I am excited to see what that would mean in the future. Because he's saying he'll tell them, like, what fight to fight.
I'll show them. I'll show them to freedom.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's really interesting coming from him. That's great.
But that's a huge change from, like, last episode, basically.
Yes, but he lost Ragnar.
And in a few seconds, he got so much confidence in his action and in his words.
He lost Ragnar and he was dealing with the grief of that, and then the priest, like, he was saying the world was ugly. Like, he lost someone he cared about and he couldn't find a way to keep going, and so the priest told them that there is a reason, like, everything around you is worth going forward for, but as humans we can't really enjoy it the way we are, and our, what we care about and what we think we care about, like, that's not the highest level of love that we can find. And so I think that changed his way of seeing things. And so now he's making the steps forward and he's being strong on his own, which is good. But yeah, to me, I feel like going with that description, and you guys can, describe it better in the comments. Sometimes the translation is not that good. I know someone talked to me about love, the way it was talked about in the show, and it was a bit different than what we expected because of the subtitles, but still you can talk about that in the comments if you want. But to me, according to what I understood, I feel like Thor's was the closest person, the person that got the closest to the true meaning of love when it comes to, his way of living life. Because when I'm saying disconnected, I don't mean that as like he was not close to his family or he didn't love his son or anything, but he didn't hate anyone. He put down his sword for good. He had no reason to fight back. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, we don't say that meaning he gave up. We say that meaning he he realized that all of this was meaningless, and he went further than that, which is something that Thorfinn needs to understand eventually. Even Thorkell asking what's a true warrior, you're really far from what we think the meaning of that is. If you love battles and you enjoy, fighting, and you create those moments.
You are a warrior, but maybe not a almighty one, I will say. You miss that enlightenment. He needs to find inner peace.
Yeah. Well, I think he truly, it's not wrong to enjoy something. In that case, it is wrong to kill other people for that joy he gets, and to push for war to enjoy the fight. Like, we'll see, but he still seems to be, he said it himself, he's missing something, right?
Inner peace.
Well, I think we need to discuss, like, both Thorfinn and Thorkell, they need to talk about Thor's and go on a journey to try and understand him better, because they don't know him as well as they should.
Thor's?
Both of them, they don't understand Thor's. And it's okay. Like, he's lived a long life. He went through his own struggles, and he's no longer there to explain anything to them. Although he did say some stuff to Thorfinn, it's just he's not hearing him right now. He's too stuck in his hatred. But that's the thing. Like, the true legacy of his father, the meaning of being a true warrior and all of that, we've talked about that before. That would be for Thorfinn to let go of his need for revenge. Like, there is no purpose. There's nothing that's gonna come from me killing Askeladd.
Just more hatred?
Yeah. Or emptiness. You will not feel fulfilled. You will not feel... You will never reach that paradise, that higher state of being. Because it's... Unless you die, it's not going to be there. That's what Canute is understanding. That's what Thorfinn doesn't understand yet. He's reaching for salvation. He's reaching for a feeling of... Like... He did his job and stuff, fulfillment, but he's not gonna get it.
Find it until his death.
Yeah. Anyway, the fight was really cool. Thorfinn is really quick. He's using his size as an advantage, which is great, because most people would look at him and be like...
Which he should.
Well, yeah, but most people would look at him and be like, you're too small, like, you're never gonna do anything.
I do love the fact that Thorkell said to his own men, he killed one of his own men, because he said, I recognize Thorfinn as a warrior, so why are you laughing? It's not because he's a kid, he's a warrior. I'm gonna fight him like one. So don't laugh, this is a serious fight.
And to be fair, laughing at Thorfinn and being like, you're a joke, man, while he's fighting your leader and he's literally dancing around him and he's keeping him on his toes, that is also disrespectful to your leader. Just saying. That's basically saying that your leader cannot take care of a joke. And both of them are really good. Thorkell loves it so much, he doesn't give a shit about wounds. He keeps going, and he's strong, he's big, and despite his size, he's still pretty quick. But Thorfinn is using his advantages against him, so they dance around each other. The only thing is, like, as soon as Thorkell can read his movements and hit him, basically Thorfinn is done. Like we saw, he managed to he jumped on his leg, like he managed to survive the hit, but as soon as he gets hit, it's kind of over against Thorkell because he's too strong.
Yeah.
He got thrown like he was nothing. But he's not dead, and hopefully he entertained him enough for us to get answers about Thor's. A little bit of history, maybe, that'd be good. And maybe like Askeladd can survive this. I don't think Thorkell wants to kill him. I think he enjoyed...
He enjoys the thrill.
Yeah, he enjoyed watching him. Like, he saw how good of a warrior he was, and I think he'd like to challenge him, but not in this state, potentially.
I just love the fact that Thorkell pointed out that, oh, you're good, but your swordsmanship is crap. But where did you learn swordsmanship?
The wolves taught me.
Yeah. Thorfinn had to learn on the battlefield how to defend himself and how to survive, but he's not willing to just being taught.
And like, he's a child.
How to use his sword, how to use his blades. So
no, but he's a child, and physically he's smaller and weaker than a lot of the men he comes across. So he had to make do and find ways around that. So proper swordmanship wouldn't do with Thorfinn right now. Like, in order to survive, he had to come up with tricks and ways of dealing with other people's strengths with his strengths and his weaknesses. And considering he's that small, he has a lot of weaknesses.
True.
So,
But what I meant to say is probably because of his anger and his need for revenge, he's not gonna get that much better because he's not willing to listen or just being
no,
taught.
that's not true.
You think?
He listened to Askeladd several times in the past. First time he fought him, Askeladd gave him some pointers and he was like, you need to do things differently and careful about that. And he listened, and I remember saying I was glad that he was not too blinded by his rage to ignore. He listened to Askeladd instead of ignoring him because of his anger, and I thought that was great. He's still angry, and he still gets mad that when they use tricks and he makes mistakes, and that's normal. But he learned by making mistakes and then correcting those mistakes. It's just that he has to make do with his weaknesses, so his size, his strength, and I mean the fact that he doesn't, he's not holding a sword or anything, it's too heavy for him. So he uses knives, and when you use knife, you need to get close, basically, and no one taught him ever. He was too young when he was thrown in that life. So he had to create his own moves. And it hasn't been that long. Anyway, but really, really interesting episode, and I'm glad Canute is just rising as the potential future leader we're gonna get.
Yeah.
That's a great change, and his voice went from really unsure and weak to solid and confident, and I like that.
Ragnar.
Oh shit, it's true, I'm supposed to be a king. Well, potential future king.
But yeah, that ending is really promising.
The whole
With
cape
his-
flying.
Because when someone has confidence and use it,
It's someone
whole
we could
different
follow.
story.
Someone we could follow. That's great. Okay, so that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching it with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
and if not, the next one shall be on YouTube next week.
Yes.
So till then, guys.
Bye.